It's September 9th, 2019. You are listening to the 40 Acre Rant. I am your host, Warren T. We got a lot to talk about. It's actually going to be a quick show today. But, hey, LSU is behind us. We're on now to Rice this week. And you know what, guys? Let's just go 1-0. Let's put this loss behind us. We're going to break it down. We're going to move forward. Let's kick it.
Now welcome to the city of game. Piece of chains and swings. Pop trunk and bang. Yeah, I'm still here, man. Born and raised on the stead block. Braids, no dreadlocks. Married to the hood, me and Cynic wood wedlock. Acres home, my home. I'm an outside veteran. Reppin' H-time, smoking, sipping on some medicine. Ain't nobody better than the boss when I flow. Slim Thugger, motherfucker, still breaking boys out.
Got plenty cheese, plenty carrots, man, we looking like some caterers. And it's looking like you haters and you fakes is imitating us. Shaded up, braided up, and I bet that truck be bladed up. And I'm still crawling on phone, so they ain't fading us. In the hood, I'm a grinder, wood on the vinyl. TV VCR, I'm laid back with your mama. You ain't never seen a grinder, that grind the way I grind, huh? Top on my drop, bodies missing that Osama. Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys out. Getting money's what I'm proud. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys out. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys out. Boys out. Still breaking boys out. When I do it, I'ma do it like a boss.
Oh, so that took me back. That, for those who don't know, was Welcome to Houston by Slim Thug and who else was in that? Paul Wall. I think Paul Wall was in it. Mike Jones for sure was in it. Just a lot of the Houston rappers. And why? Why? Because we got Houston this week, guys. We're going to play Rice. Rice. Aren't y'all excited about Rice as y'all work for LSU? Right? I'm excited. You should be excited too. I'm not that excited. All right, so let's get to it. So first off, I'm doing this podcast really early in the week. I'm doing this on Monday. I usually like to do these things on Tuesday night or preferably Wednesday, simply because it has enough time for me to read enough stuff and get caught up through press conferences from LSU, press conferences from Tom Herman and crew, and usually here Monday he does his good one right about 11 o'clock or so, where he does a really great breakdown, but it is currently 8:24 a.m. in the morning on Monday. And why am I doing this? Because I'm about to go out of town, and in the past I would just leave you guys and not give a podcast at all, but you know what? You deserve better than that. I need to be better than that, so here I am. So anyway, we got Rice this week. We just got done playing LSU, and we took an L. But, guys, there is a silver lining. We are all very upset about that game. And to be perfectly honest, some fan base was going to be upset at the end of that. When you put two really great historic programs like LSU and Texas against each other, you were going to get a great show, and what we got was an absolutely fantastically great show. It exposed some stuff, it showed us some stuff, we learned some things about some people, and here's my all in all. I don't know if I can comfortably say we got out-coached, but we definitely got out-coached in the first half. I think offensively we figured our shit out in the second half, and that was very clear and evident by the box score, as well as statistically. But then our defense just kind of disappeared for the most part in the second half, and they weren't really there that much in the first half. But here's my thing. I've always said this, and I yell this during games quite often, that you as a offense cannot allow or expect your defense to consistently keep making stops and the offense does nothing to capitalize. And that was the first half. We had 2 4th-and-1 type scenarios that we just could not convert. We could not get in the end zone, and the play calling was the reasoning for it. Now, I don't know if who's to blame for that, because for a good long period of time as a Texas fan, I love, by the way, you hear those sirens going? I'm sorry y'all have to hear that. My new place that I live is right across the street from the fire department, and you hear this all the time. It's so annoying. Anyway, here's the skinny of it, right? You can't ask that to happen, and you can't ask your defense to make that many stops and you still be productive. And then going to our 4th down stops, the play calling was atrocious. Why in the hell would you keep running the ball with Sam Ehlinger 4 times in a row with a stacked box, knowing that we've been talking all week, and every analyst has been talking all week about what does Texas do great in the red zone? Oh, you're going to give it to Bam Bam Sam and let Bam Bam Sam run it up the middle. And we kept trying, and it didn't work. And then what did we do after it didn't work the first time? We decided, hey, fuck it, let's run it again. Oh, wait, 3rd down, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run it again. Oh, 3 times wasn't enough for you people, so why not hit them with a 4th time? Because I feel like someone in that coaching staff thought, hell, they won't look for it a 4th time. There's no way they'd be expecting us to run this play 4 straight times in a row. And guess what? They were expecting us to run it 4 fucking times in a row and just stopped it, because why the fuck not? Like, all right, here's the big picture of it, right? When you look at the athletes of LSU, they are a team that has been bred to fight against teams like Alabama, Georgia, Florida, all of your blue bloods in the SEC. They have to play against these guys, and I don't know if y'all ever looked at these bastards from the SEC, but most of these bastards are gigantic corn-fed bastards. They're massive. They're big boys. LSU got some big boys. Texas, on the other hand, newsflash, we've always been pretty small in size compared to other people. More so, I mean, if you even go back to the national championship against USC, look at us and look at them. They were massive. Every team, for some reason, seems size-wise larger than Texas could ever be, and that's just kind of really funny to me. But all that aside, I say that because LSU they're just big guys. So when you try to sit here and say, we're going to just pound it up the middle with Sam, that's not how you're going to get them. That is not how you're going to get them, and that's not how we got them. Now, all of us who watched the early part of that series knew that it was shit, right? Like, offensively, we could not get into a rhythm whatsoever. When you look at the box score and you look at how we started versus how we ended, the thing with the first quarter, again, was we were very predictable. Hell, I could call the plays before we got out there. When we lined up in the goal line and we kept trying to pound it down their throats against these big bastards, like, that was just not smart at all. Horrible. And I'm calling horrible because it was poor and horrible. Horrible defense. And going into the third quarter, we just kind of into the second quarter, we got exposed. And then in the first quarter, our offense couldn't get their shit together. It's like we were playing phone tag with our offense and our defense. The defense showed up and was calling for the offense. All right, hey, we did our job. Where y'all at? And then the offense ain't pick up the phone. And then the offense picked up the phone and was like, yo, what up? But they didn't pick up to the second half, because the whole first half we got 7 points. How many opportunities did we have to, like, not suck? But we sucked a lot. So when I look at it and break down individual performances, like, I will say this about LSU's Joe Burrow, right? LSU's offense looked fantastic, and I would love, as a Saints fan, to have Joe Burrow, only because I know that the passing game coordinator from the Saints is now the offensive coordinator for LSU, and the kid was great. There was a particular play that I can't think of exactly the full details of, like, what quarter and timing and all that crap, but there was a particular play where we sent the house against Joe Burrow, and I'm going to go off on that here in a second, but we sent the house on Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow sat there in the pocket. The pocket started to kind of collapse around him. He stepped up into it. All you just see if you watch this replay are Longhorn hands coming all over this guy. They're grabbing him. They're kind of wrapping him up. I think his feet's kind of tangled up at the moment because he's not really moving, but he's still keeping his eyes down the field and gets the play off for a first down. And it was like that was the moment when I looked. I was like, we are in trouble because the kid is nice, man. You don't throw for 471 yards, 4 touchdowns with an interception. You know, the interception was what it is. But all that aside, 31 for 39, bro, that's a day. That's a day. He had that. Now, here's what I'll say in regards to DBU in this whole story. You at no point can call yourself DBU and have the performance that both defenses had this week, right? I get it. The past, yes, there's argument for the past of Texas and LSU to say who was the better defense and all that. But from this game, no one on this team played like they were DBU from either program. And I saw a tweet about it, and I kind of feel the same way. I don't want to see them fucking DBU shirts no more. Like, you can't give up 447 yards of offense, passing offense, total 500 yards when you take the 102 that they put in on the ground. You cannot give up all that shit and then come out and have the audacity to say, yeah, we DBU. Nigga, please. You are not DBU. We're not right now, right? Caden Stearns, I don't know where you've been. Anthony Cook, Kobe Boyce, and then Jalen Green, bless his heart, man. Like, if this game showed anything, it showed just how young we are as a team. Because, damn. Yo, that shit, bro. It was bad, man. Like, going into this game, we all could say comfortably, well, I don't think we really need to worry about Jalen Green because, you know, he's our guy. So they was like, well, let's go find out how much of our guy he is. And LSU torched that poor boy. Like, LSU had 3 receivers over 100 yards. Terrence Marshall Jr. had 123 receiving. Jamar Case had 147, and Justin Jefferson had 163 with 3 touchdowns. Terrence Marshall Jr. had 1 touchdown. Like, they just gassed us up, big play after big play after big play. And if our defense performs like they did against LSU, Oklahoma's going to put their foot in our ass, and that is not going to be pretty. But here's what I'll say positive about our team. Our offense, once they figured their shit out, did great. Sam Ehlinger performed fantastic. 401 yards, 31 for 47. You had 4 touchdowns. You had no interceptions. Great fucking job, dude. 19 carries for 60 yards. He averaged 3.2 and a touchdown. I mean, what more do you want from the guy? He even had a reception for 8 yards. Like, he put his life out here on this game, and we just didn't get the win, man. We were right there. I mean, 45-38 against the number 6 team in the nation, and at the time we were 9. You can't really get mad at that. I know we're down to 12 now, but look, let's temper expectations, okay? Like, getting back to kind of the reality of all of this, like, before I go into that, let me talk about one guy real quick. The GOAT, my number 1 receiver, Devin Duvernay, bro, hands down, balling out of control. He was the X factor in that game. They had no answer for Devin Duvernay, or as my friends know, I love to call him Dev Duv. Like, Devin Duvernay, 12 receptions, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bro, keep feeding him. Brendan Eagles, they also didn't have an answer for. 5 receptions for 116 yards. Bro, and a touchdown? Come on, man. Like, impressive. I say Reese Lato and Caden Brewer. I'm very happy to see Reese Lato. He came in clutch with that first down conversion. It was great. Keontae Ingram just did not have a game. And here's one thing. I'm going on a rant today. I saw an old Tom Herman that I thought was dead and gone. And it really upset me that it wasn't dead and gone. And I talked about that shit last season, if y'all remember my hatred for Trey Watson, right? Like, I was upset with Trey Watson because he didn't do anything with the carries that he had. Like, his yards per carry early on was shit, but then Keontae was doing great. Tom Herman lacks the ability of seeing when someone has a hot hand. And it really bothers the shit out of me that he can't see, like, is he not paying attention to who's rolling? Because Roschon Johnson should have had more carries than 7. That's all I'm saying. You're averaging 4.6 yards per carry. Why are you not giving him the ball more? Now, big picture, it's not like our offense really needed it. We still put up 121 yards rushing. That's a check mark and a plus for the fact that our running game put up 121 yards. It took 4 different backs to do it, including Devin Duvernay's failed attempt at try to do a run. But outside of all of that, between Keontae Ingram, Roschon, and Sam, we put up 121 yards. That's good. But it could have been more. and it's just frustrating that I hope these aren't permanent habits. I get it. This is a program that we weren't really that prepared for, in my opinion. We're talking about a team who just switched offensive coordinators and switched the entire offensive style. So when you try to look at film on a team like this, it's not like you have a fuck ton of it to do it. But that kind of that kind of makes me nervous, because when we think about the Big 12 and we think about what is UT's big picture and what are they still trying to accomplish here, Texas's big game, big picture is not to win a national championship this year, it's to win the Big 12. To win the Big 12, we're going to need to run the table on Big 12 teams. There are a lot of new coaches in the Big 12. Kansas, to speak of one. K-State, to speak of another one. Baylor doesn't have a new coach, but Baylor's finally in the 3rd year of that program, and they're starting to kind of figure some shit out, which scares me a little bit. West Virginia, another new program. Now, they got their teeth kicked in. I don't think we really need to worry about West Virginia, but at the same time, how do we handle these new offensive coordinators where we don't have film on things when they come in and they completely shake up the foundation of the program? That's something we need to kind of figure out, and I really hope that we can do that, because at this point, like, I'm assuming we'll still beat Rice, because, I mean, we only lost by a touchdown to LSU. But, there's a lot of questions that until this game, like, we really didn't have too many fears, and this game kind of gave us a lot of fears. And even going back to, the La Tech game, all of our concerns were kind of spot on with our secondary. Our secondary is not that great. Proven. Absolutely proven, right? But listen, all of that just goes to say we need to temper our expectations, right? The world is not on fire. Our house doesn't need to get burnt down. Real change doesn't need to happen except for in our secondary. They really need to kind of figure that shit out. But truth be told, if y'all know anything about secondary and how it works, all of them are young. Like, all of our corners are sophomores. One of our safeties is a sophomore, and then Brandon Jones is a senior. What does that mean? They don't have a lot of reps under their name. They haven't taken that many snaps yet. The more they play together, the more that will click. This team will be nasty come the midway point of the season and moving forward into hopefully the Big 12 championship or whatever is in our path for this Texas football program. It will tighten up and will get better. That just happens with time with the secondary. I don't think we have a dedicated 2 yet. And that's fine. We have time to figure that out. We just don't need to panic right now, okay? We're going into Rice. We'll be done with the non-conference shit. The LSU loss sucks, but it's not the end of the world. We can bounce back. Our goals are still the same. Let's go 1-0. Let's knock this game out against Rice. Let's handle our damn business like you're supposed to. Let's not let this LSU loss linger, because if we let this LSU loss linger and we go into Rice and our heads are down and we're playing like trash, bro, Oklahoma State's coming into town and they go put hands on us, all right? This is where we will find out how this coaching staff can absolutely bounce back and do this damn thing. I'm excited to see where we go. I mean, and all in all, like, it's hard to find a positive in this game, but there are a lot of positives in this game if you just get over the fact that we lost it, right? We started slow, but we ended strong, and that's what you want in this Big 12. If you start slow, pick it up, because this game was still in hand with less than a minute left in the fourth quarter. We still had an opportunity to pull off a victory. Like, if we got the onside kick, Lord knows what would have happened, right? But that's just a maturation for this team. I feel way more comfortable about this team having a loss under their belt moving in before we get to Big 12, because I'm a firm believer that losses actually form character. losses actually you learn more from than you do a win. You understand what it takes to have to claw back, and it's not like we got blown out. You don't really learn much from a blowout other than everything you have sucks ass. This is where you start looking at your game plan and you start realizing there were little things we could have tweaked to do differently. And just like this was game 2 for the players, this was game 2 for the coaches this season. We didn't have to try that hard last week against La Tech. We had to try really fucking hard this week against LSU. And this is what we came out with, right? 45-38. We were right there, but we're not there yet. And that's the truth to this team, right? We as Texas fans really want us to be back to national championship contenders. We're not there yet. We're right there, but we're not there yet. What is it going to take? I can't answer that question. It's just kind of like, like somebody with Jerry curls from back in the day, but the curl doesn't come all the way around. Like it's kind of like a half curl. We're like a half curl right now. We just need to let our hair grow a little longer so it can finally curl all the way around. That's kind of where we are with this program. But we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Keep fucking believing. Keep showing up. Keep being loud. We'll have Oklahoma State at home in 2 weeks. And I believe that's Oklahoma State. I should probably not just say Oklahoma State and not know. Yeah, it's Oklahoma State. We'll have Oklahoma State here at home. We got Rice next week. It's going to be on CBS Sports Network. That's weird. I never seen it CBS SN. It threw me for a loop. Anyway, let's just do the damn thing, right? If we're looking at the Big 12 right now, let's say Baylor looks great, K-State's 2-0, Baylor's 2-0, Oklahoma's 2-0, Oklahoma State's 2-0, Tech's 2-0, but I'm not too worried about Tech. Definitely not too worried about Tech. Actually, let me look. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Tech. They beat Miss MT State, whoever the hell that was, in UTEP. I'm getting carried away with myself. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Next week, I'll be back to normal time. I'm again, sorry I'm doing this thing so early and rushed, but, y'all deserve to get something out there. I needed to, really, this is for me. I needed to get all of this anger out of my body and onto something here. So I'm going to bring the track back. Again, that was Welcome to Houston by Slim Thug. And I only did that because we're playing Rice, and Rice is in Houston. So I'm going to try to keep this theme going. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do when I get to, Oklahoma State even, or Iowa State, Kansas. Are there rappers in Kansas? Is Tech 9 from Kansas? Could I do that? I don't know. I'll think about it. If y'all got ideas of music and somehow related to the teams that we're playing, it doesn't necessarily have to be artists from that area, just something that is in reference to any of the teams that we're playing, I could absolutely use some musical help here. I have an extensive musical library in my head, but sometimes it just runs into blanks. But on to next week, guys. One love. Keep your heads up, man. It's not over. We will rise out of this like a phoenix through the ashes. Until next week, I love y'all. One love. I'm out.
$2 million records, now my paper on swole now. The mayor of the city top down when I roll now. H-Time, home of the candy paint, home of the 80,000 balls in the purple.
Yeah, this the city that's slow, the city that's stole, the city where the boys flip the candy painted low, the city where they blow big killer and stay blow, and hustling ass B-boys got the game sold, where they sip that paint, and drip that paint, and drop that top, and grip that grain. 610, I-10, 59, 45 in the belt. This clutch city, fool, we play what we dealt. Welcome to H-Town.
Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys out. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys out. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys out. Still breaking boys out. When I do it, I'ma do it like a boss. Still breaking boys out.
Sometimes my home, that's where I do my dirt. Where the gangsters smoke water with drink stains on the shirt. We ride, swing, and chop blades just to break boys out. From South Park to the Southwest, all the way to the north. I'm talking Tidwell and Coverdale and Greenspoint too. From Denver Harbor to West Airport, all the way to Channelview. We steady banging on this screw, it's chopping like Kung Fu. Hit me on the 832, it's wow.
No tell my purple so muddy I can barely even drive. I'm blowing down trees like a Caterco at 5. South side of H-Town, all the sun is outside. I could walk these streets if I was blind. Don't tell mine. Young red, took you off the future. Stars in my tank, swear to God was a jeweler. Robert Davis, Fat Pat, this for you. To my homie Big Go, got salute.
Still making boys on. Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys on. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys on. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys on. Still breaking boys on. When I do it, I'ma do it like a ball. Still breaking boys on.
H.O. to the U.S., T.O. to the N. God bless me with $1 million pen. See them grind money gangsters with their hand in the air. That sunny side in South Park, I was raised out there. This is H-time, screwed up and slowed down. It's all love, homie. Keep rolling up the whole pond. Pull up in the monster, just look at them hiding. Don Key, heart of the South, slab ride.
HOUSTONTEXAS. We go get it and come back with it until we take our last breath. From the city where our stadiums drop the top. Zero to crooked, my ghetto pass is good in any hood, any block they got. The white cup is for the codeine and a cigarilla was for the kush. If you want it, we got it, cause that's not a product we don't push. We used to be the dirty South, now we so dirty we feel dirty. So homie, you must be touching it wrong if you don't feel me. You don't feel me.
Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys on. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys on. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys on. Still breaking boys on. When I do it, I'ma do it like a ball. Still breaking boys on.
Welcome to H-time, this third ward talking. Coming down the slab like the foes, crip walking. Together we stand, divided we fall. Yeah, north and the south, together we ball. Fuck that, nigga, it's a H-time thing. Let me see you touch the sky if you feeling me, man. Boss Hall, Corleone, Miggy the Mike D, the drink man, daddy, you know where to find me.
State to state, dog, I got him jocking the kid. Six backing out the driveway, dropping the weed. Y'all know we do it big, like a freight line of reed. Got stashes full of cash where I keep the money hid. Fresh to death, homie, how I came in the door. Prada shades on, smelling like a swanger of drone. Put your H's up, represent your city, bro. Count money, iced out like a little video.
Boys on. Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys on. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys on. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys on. Still breaking boys on. When I do it, I'ma do it like a ball.
Now welcome to the place I love, place I was. Raised to be a G and straight, hang with thugs. Jam my music slow and hold my H's up. Southwest SWAT, I know the real dudes and move birds. I go to school early, baby, blue moon jersey. Riding around, southwest side of my town. Still repping my block, how you liking me now? It's in Sharpstown, praise with an A-leaf. Black and Latin stacking paper together, we stay deep in swamp.
Yeah, king of the streets and I roam around Houston riding foes. Boys better cheer for this throwaway, need they curtains closed. I'm in a slab, but I'm tipping it like a platinum rose. Suicide make the doors presidential when they decide to close. They want the throne, but tell them haters that I got it. Like I show them I'm the wrist on whatever, all the way to the block. I'm so real to be the true definition of me. Ain't no way you speak about the H without mentioning me, the truth, nigga.
Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys on. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys on. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys on. Still breaking boys on. When I do it, I'ma do it like a ball.
Hey, I'm from H-Town, Southwest, stop, drop and roll. If I chunk the dub up, the whole hood rock and roll. Braeswood, Woolfield, Club Creek, Spice Lane, West Belford, Fondren, Emperor, Sandpiper, Stack Change. I'm so H-Town, this codeine in my blood. And I done shot it out of war with the meanest of thugs. And you ain't never gotta ask if that's lean in my club. I'm a triple OG, yes, you see nigga what? It's
now
love.
I'm from Fort Robert,
homie.
Texas, 90 miles away. For the last 15 years, I've been repping my state. I knew the real DJ Screw Sip great by the case. H over ice, straight product of the H. Southside, I never was no big socializer. With Bun, you can talk. I fuck with the boss. Like Thug and Prince, Sylvia, Ron, and Weiss. This game of pie, I don't want it all, I just need a slice.
Candy painted with the gloss. You can hate, but that's the way I play a flow. Still breaking boys out. Getting money's what I'm about. I'ma get it while these haters just talk. Still breaking boys out. Gotta do it for the now. Gotta do it for my hustlers in the south. Still breaking boys out. Boys out. Still breaking boys out. When I do it, I'ma do it like a boss. Still breaking boys out.